Hello again everyone and welcome to another Carry Out Craft. Today we're going to make these sunflowers. And you're going to get these things in your kit. You'll get a paper plate like this, just a plain paper plate. And if you don't pick up a kit, if you have these things at home, feel free to follow along and make it at home. You'll also get some yellow tissue paper squares. Some of these yellow petals. You'll get 6 of these. If you want more, feel free to add more if you have more yellow paper at home. And as a bonus with our craft today, you will get some dirt and a little pot and a sunflower seed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our plate and a brown marker. You will need a brown marker, a black marker, some glue, and possibly some tape if you don't want to wait on the glue to dry. So we're going to start with our brown marker and our paper plate. And inside the paper plate there's a circle already imprinted in there. It's hard to see. Maybe there you can see it. And we're just going to take our brown marker and draw around that circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. No circle is perfect. And then we're going to color it in with brown. You want to color the whole thing in, and this is going to be the center of our sunflower. Sunflowers have a center that's often brown, sometimes greenish looking. It could be kind of grayish black looking, and that's where the seeds are. So when the sunflower gets older and grown, all the seeds are stored in this middle part. And I know birds like sunflower seeds. People like sunflower seeds too. A lot of times those are roasted and salted, and they taste pretty good. Alright, I'm almost done coloring the entire circle with my brown marker. Okay, that's good enough for now. And see, I just have a brown circle. That's going to be our inside right here. And I'm going to take the black marker and draw little seeds. They don't have to be perfectly spaced. I'm just doing little scribbles to make it look like there might be some seeds in there. And you do that throughout the whole circle. And if you don't want to do this part, you don't have to either. I feel like I've been drawing seeds forever already. Sunflowers have lots and lots of seeds in them. Alright, that's going to be good enough for now. You can see the little black speckles in there. Those are all my little seeds. Okay, we're done with our markers right now. Now we're going to take these little yellow squares of tissue paper. They're pretty fragile, so they tear easily. We're going to put them all around this white rim that we have now. And we're going to use Elmer's school glue, or you can use clear school glue. You can even use a glue stick if you need to. A glue stick is less messy. A tip, if you are using school glue and you have little ones, put some of this in like a little dish or on another paper plate and get a paintbrush, and then that way they can dip it in the glue and then just brush it on. You don't have to worry about puddles of glue that way. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I've got a lot of control and I just use a little bit of glue and I'm putting it around this rim. I'm going to work in sections. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You just add on your squares. And this part takes a little while. And sometimes I like to add a second layer, especially if, like here, it doesn't quite reach to the rim. So I'm going to come through with a second layer and cover the white there. Just keep putting them on. It does take some time. Let's see. Keep putting them on. Sometimes they get stuck to your finger like that. You just got to kind of wiggle them off. And try not to use too much glue if you're just using a glue bottle. I don't even open the glue bottle all the way. That way it doesn't come pouring out. And I just put a little bit of pressure on it. Oops, I got a little bit of extra glue there. It's okay. The glue can get messy. That's okay. This is very time consuming, but it's actually kind of fun. Okay, so I got my whole first layer on my sunflower. I'm going to go ahead and put the second layer on and come back to you, okay? Okay, I'm just finishing up the last couple squares on my second go around. When I glued these on, I decided to have one corner sticking over the edge there. So it looks like that. Looks like little extra petals. Alright, that's my last one. And at this point, you can go ahead and let yours dry and give it some time to dry up a little bit. Or you can just keep on going, like I'm going to do. I'm going to flip over my flower, and I'm going to take my petals, and this time you can either glue them or you can tape them. I'm going to tape them because they hold up when I show you for an example better, but if you glue them, it might last a little bit longer. So I'm just going to lay them out kind of like this along the edge here. And some of them are different sizes, so you can move them around as you wish. Do this. Okay. And you want to kind of get them evenly around the plate. And I'm going to tape these on. Like I said, you can glue them if you want. If you do tape them, you'll want to add a couple pieces to each petal, because when you lift this up, if there's only one piece of tape on here, it'll flop over like that, and we don't want our petals flopping over. We want them to be nice and sticking out like a ray of sunshine. Add some more tape onto here. Just about done here. Okay, that should do it. And there you have your sunflower with layers of petals. Now, if you have more construction paper at home and you think, I think my sunflower needs a lot more petals, go ahead and cut some more and add them to the back there. That's what I did with this one. I had a whole bunch of extra, so I went ahead and put extra petals on. I'm going to set this to the side. And the other element of the craft is actually a gardening activity. I have some potting soil here in my baggie, and you'll get a potting soil and this little potting pod. And you'll take some of your garden soil and you'll put it right there in that pod. Fill it most of the way, about like that. See, there's about half an inch to the top. And your parents can help you if you need to know what a half an inch is. And we're just going to plant one seed. One tiny seed. See, you can barely even see it. It's a little sunflower seed. So I'm going to put that in the dirt. And pinch my dirt again and cover it up. Tuck them in for a little nap. Now, you've planted your seed and you need to water it. These pods have holes in the bottom for drainage. You can see the little hole in the bottom. So it would be best if you either did this outside or got a little dish, like a shallow dish, to set your pod in. And then you just give it a little drink. Not too much. It doesn't need a whole lot. That should do it. Now, set that in the sunlight and let it eat up the sun and soak up the sun, and soon you'll have a sprout. And then that sprout will get bigger. And once that sprout gets big enough to where it's outgrowing this pot, you can plant this whole pot inside another pot full of dirt or in the ground and watch how big your sunflower gets. Thanks for joining me on this carry out craft.